Hello viewers. So today in our class we handled sorting in data structure and algorithm. So out of n number of sorting we discussed about bubble sort and quick sort. Our students are ready to do the demo on it. So depends on the activity I am going to find out the outcome of my teaching. Shall we enter into the assessment?
Today's class we have learned about bubble sorting. So we are doing a demo on bubble sorting. So the given elements are 70, 30, 40, 10, 18, 20, 19, 110, 75, 60 and 45. So in bubble sorting, we have to compare the adjacent layers and we have to swap according to the condition. So first given element is 70 and 30. So 70 is greater than 30. So you have to swap 30 and place to 70 and 70 to 30. And next we have 30 and 40. So 30 and 40, 70 and 40. So 70 is greater than 40. So again you have to swap 70 and 40. And then we have 70 and 10. 10 is again lesser than 70. So we have to swap again 70 and 10. And then 70 and 80. So 80 is greater than 70. So it is in 70 is in the position. And 80 you have to check 80 and 20. 80 and 20 is 80 is greater than 20, so we have to swap the position again. And then 80 and 90, so 90 is greater than 80, so we have to go to the next condition. 90 and 110, so 90 and 110, 90 is also smaller than 110, so it is in the correct position. So 110 and 75, 110 is greater than 75, so you have to swap 75 and 110. And then we have 110 and 60. Again 110 is 60 is 110 is greater than 60, so we have to swap 60 and 110. And then again we have 110 and 45. So 110 is again greater than 45. So from this we can see that the greatest element just went to the last place. So in this time we have completed our first iteration. Now we have to check second iteration. So we have 30, 40, then so the order is 30, 40, 10, 70, 20, 80, 90, 75, 60, 45 and 110. So the second iteration I have to check 30 and 40. So 30 is in correct position. So because 30 is lesser than 40, so it is in correct position. And 40 is greater than 10. So you have to swap 40 and 10. And then now we have 40 is less than 70, so we don't want to swap it. 70 is greater than 20, so you have to swap 70 and 20. Now 70 and 80. 70 is smaller than 80, so we don't need to swap in that case. And now we have 80 and 90. We don't need to swap that also because 80 is lesser than 90. And then 90 and 75. 90 is greater than 75, so we have to swap 90 and 75. And then we have the next element is 90 and 60. So 90 is greater than 60, we have to swap 90 and 60 also. And 90 and 45. 90 is greater than 45, so we have to swap 90 and 45. 90 and 110, so 90 is lesser than 110. So here we completed our second iteration. During our first iteration, we found out that 110 is the last element. So we don't need to swap that element with 90. And then in second iteration, we have found that before 110. The second last element is 90, which is again the greatest element among these all elements except 110. So third iteration, so 30 and 10. 30 is greater than 10, so we have to swap 30 and 10. And then 30 and 40, so 30 is less than 40, so no need to swap. 40 and 20. 40 is greater than 20, so you have to swap 40 and 20. And then we have 40 and 70. 40 is less than 70, so we don't need to swap in this place. 70 and 80. Here also we don't need to swap because 70 is lesser than 80. 80 and 75. 80 is greater than 75, so we have to swap in this place. Then 80 and 60. 80 and 60. 80 is greater than 60, so we have to swap 60 with 80. And then 80 and 20. 45. So we have to swap 80 is greater than 40, so we have to swap 80 and 45. And then in this place we have completed our third iteration and the third last element is 70. And then for the fourth iteration, we have to check 10 and 30. 10 is in the right position, 10 is lesser than 30, so we don't need to swap. Now 30 and 20. 30 is greater than 20, so we have to swap. And then 30 and 40. So 30 is lesser than 40, so we don't need to swap. 40 and 70. 40 is lesser than 70, so we don't need to swap. And then 70 and 75. 70 is lesser than 75, so we don't need to swap. Now 75 and 60. 60 is lesser than 75, so we have to swap them. Now 75 and 45. 45 is lesser than 75, so we have to swap 75. In this place, we have found the fourth last element, which is 75. And then we have elements are, still we have to swap the elements. Elements are 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 70, 60 and 45. Now we have fifth iteration. 10 is in the right place because 10 is lesser than 20. 20 is lesser than 30, so this is also in the right place. And 30 is lesser than 40, this is also in the right place. 70 is lesser than 60, no, it is not lesser than 60, it is greater than 60. So we have to swap 70 and 60. And then we have to check again. 70 is greater than 40, so we have to swap that. In this place, we have formed the last 5 elements. So in this place, fifth iteration is completed. We have to still sort 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 and 45. Now 6th iteration is starting. So 10 is lesser than 20, 20 is lesser than 30, 30 is lesser than 40 and 40 is lesser than 60, but 60 is greater than 45. So you have to swap it. Now the 6th element, the 6th last element is 60. Now we have to sort 10, 20, 30, 40 and 45. So 10 is in the right position, 10 is lesser than 20, 20 is lesser than 30, 30 is lesser than 40, 40 lesser than 45. So all the elements are now sorted. We can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 60, 70, 75, 80, 90, 110. So this is how bubble shot takes place.
So in this, what's the outcome is? So if you are using the bubble chart, at each time we are comparing the pair of adjacent node. So at the end of each iteration, the biggest number among n elements is moved to the last position. So that is the core concept in the bubble chart. So hope you are clear in this. In the next video, we will discuss about the quick shot with the same students. Thank you.